What's going on YouTube? It's your boy SEF the Lawn Surgeon. Just bought another lawnmower. I bought this one for 20 bucks. It's an older lawnmower. I'll show y'all in a second, but it's 4.5 horsepower. It's pretty good. One thing wrong with it is the wire, the spring for the handbrake to cut the mower off, that broke. And with that breaking, when the guy tried to pull on the handbrake, it broke the wire. So not only is the spring possibly broke, but the wire is broke. So I gotta go home and take it apart, see what's going on with it. But like y'all saw in my video where I put the kill switch on my other lawnmower, that's what I'm gonna try to do with this one, because I don't feel like finding a wire, brake wire for this thing. So I'll probably just take off the little handbrake, put a kill switch on that bad boy, and go from there. But I don't even know if I can fix it, but we'll see. I always figure it out. So here we go. It is a Briggs & Stratton 4.5 horsepower 21-inch cut. I got it for 20 bucks. The problem is, first of all, this handbrake broke, and he said something might be wrong with the actual clutch down there, but I gotta take it apart to see. Hopefully it's just this. If so, I bought me a switch like I have on my other lawnmower, toggle switch. Put that bad boy on here. And I think I'm probably gonna have to put it up front here somewhere, maybe like right here or something. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Alright, what you're gonna need for this is some of these leaf connectors. I forget which one I use, but oh yeah, 16, the blue one. 16 to 14, because I got 14 gauge wire, and that's what these are. That's what that number means, 16 to 14. 16 to 14 gauge. 14 gauge wire, a switch, and a drill. Alright, let's get this bad boy apart. As you can see, it's supposed to be a wire coming out of here, connecting to here, which when you pull the handbrake, pulls that. But of course that's broke. So now I have to figure out a way. I see this hook right here, so maybe I can find something to hook this. Pull it. Alright, so got this old lawnmower. This is why you keep old junk. This has this little ball on the end of it. So I possibly, if I can get this out, I can use some of this wire. Okay. Got a little rain last night. Let's see. This bad boy dried up. Oh, but alright, so I found out the carburetor needs to be cleaned, of course. But an easy way to find out with these kind of carburetors and these kind of motors, if it's the carburetor that won't let it start, easy test I learned from my friend. What you do is, you take off the air filter, right? You pour some gas in here, right? Then you put your air filter back on, prime it a couple times, and pull. What's gonna happen is it's gonna start up, and then it's gonna cut off. If it does that, if you've been pulling it before and it never started, and then once you pour the gas in there, it starts up, but then it cuts off, that means it's the carburetor. Because what's happening is the carburetor is clogged and needs to be cleaned, and it's not sucking the gas up properly into the engine. So when you pour that gas in there, you're physically putting gas in the engine, but once it starts up and that gas burns out, and then it cuts back off. So, alright, so the carburetor on this lawnmower is leaking gas into the engine. For some reason the engine keeps getting flooded out. Oh, that's pretty dry. But usually when I take off the spark plug, it's pretty dry. I'm gonna put a new spark plug on there, but I'm pretty sure that's not the problem. And if that's still doesn't fix what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take this other carburetor, what's needed to be cleaned itself. I'm gonna clean this and I'm gonna put it on there, see if that works. Hopefully that'll fix the problem. So I finally got this thing running. It ended up being this stupid thing called a diaphragm. If you can see right here where it's damaged, any little damage to this diaphragm, it won't run. The diaphragm I put on it is kind of damaged, but it's way better than this. So now it runs. Got my throttle set. I just tied it around this little spring hinge, and I'm gonna leave it like this until I get the kill switch put on, and then I'm gonna cut off this access wire. But the only place I probably put the kill switch, I usually like to put on the back, but as you can see, this one's built funny, so I'll probably end up putting the kill switch right here. You need to have some room up under the bottom for the wiring and stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and start taking it apart and get to the ignition coil. Alright, this right here is what you call your ignition coil. This is what helps start and stop your motor. So if you see right here, if you see up under, this black wire runs from here all the way back to here to your brake throttle. Alright, right there. So what happens is, when you release your brake, it sends a signal up to the ignition coil to stop your engine. So what we're doing is we're taking the switch. Alright, so what we're doing is we're going to take the switch, right? And on the other Briggs and Stratton motor, you can actually see the connections of this black wire to the ignition coil, but this one you can't see it. But you don't necessarily need it. All you need to do, we're gonna splice this wire. You don't know that, I mean, it's like kind of basically strip this plastic off of the wire, and then we're gonna take our wire, connect it to it. You're gonna need this wire, you're gonna need some electrical tape, and essentially once you twist the two wires together, you cover it with some electrical tape, and then you're gonna run this wire to the switch. If you can see on the switch here, if my camera can focus, but there's a, you can kind of see it, there's a silver and then there's a copper. Copper is always the ground. We're gonna do a second wire, and that's when we use our connections. I have some connectors, and we're gonna connect it to here, and then you're just gonna take a wire and you're gonna wrap it around, I might do it here, wrap it around a screw that's connected to some metal so you can ground the switch. So essentially when your engine starts up, the brake's gonna be throttled, and when you hit the switch, the switch will send a signal through this black wire to the ignition coil and cut it off. Sounds complicated, but pretty simple. Alright, so like I said, essentially you're just cutting off the rubber part to the wire. You can expose the actual copper part. You get your wire, and you just twist these two together, like so. You know, you twist them together like you're installing a light fixture or something. And once you got it twisted together, put some electrical tape on it, protect it. And then I'm gonna run this up to the front. Like I said, I'm gonna have the button up front. So I'm gonna run this up through the front. You want it to come out. So this is where the spark plug cable comes out. So both of the wires will essentially come out right there. So we'll get it done. Alright, as you can see, I got both these twisted together. Got the electrical tape on it. I got that running here, coming out of here, where the spark plug connector comes out. Both of these will come out the same piece. And I got my tip on it, my leaf connection, and I'm gonna connect this to the electrical side of the switch, and then the other side for the ground, I'm gonna connect that to possibly this screw right here, since it's right up front. Alright, now you can put your flywheel helmet back on, and make sure you have your wire coming out of this hole, and go on to the next step. Alright, now that you got that back on, now you want to figure out where you want to put the actual switch. And like I said, you want to have it. You want to find somewhere where it's space up under, because you're going to have all the extra space for the switch. So the only possible place I'm going to have to try to make work is up here on the front. As you see, there's a little gap right here. So what you do is you go ahead and drill your hole right here where you want to put the switch. And then you see the switch screws off. And you're going to put it through the hole and then screw this stuff back on. Alright, like I said, you got your switch all set up. Got this for my ground. I'm gonna connect this to the positive, connect this to the ground, and when I put that screw back on, well, I'll probably put this around. I'm just gonna wrap it around the screw and then tighten it up. Alright, so I got it all put back together. See what it looks like up under there. The confusing thing about it is, if you notice, when it says on, it's actually off. When it's off, that's when you can start it. So when it's off, that's when you start it, and then you hit turn it on to cut it off. That makes sense. Yeah. So here we go. And there you have it. If you got any other questions, anything I left out or skipped over, leave a comment below. Like, subscribe. Thanks for watching.